Here are 4 recent additions to the rich Sheffield history of handmade traditional knives. These aren't just knives, each is a work of art, each with similar blades and with a wide range of handle materials. All were made by one or more of the Arthur Wright cutlers. These are 4 of my favourites, with the best left till last, and it is exceptional. You'll see some interesting materials along the way, and I'll hope you'll enjoy the journey. Let's start with the first one, the Senator. I bought this at Sharp Show 2025. And you can see as soon as I open it, it's a little bit different because it has the Twisted Assisted tang stamp. So this was commissioned by Twisted Assisted, and James has done a great job of showcasing Arthur Wright knives, as well as some of the other great modern knives that he does as well. So a quick look at the materials. Now, all of the knives here have the C70 carbon steel. This is clearly a lamb's foot with a decent sized nail nick. Now, this can be prone to rust, so you do need to look after it. It will patina up nicely over time, and I really like that. It starts off with a satin finish, if you can see that. And the thing I like about this is it has a nice, simple, straight blade, sharpening choil, and a nice profile. Great for draw cuts, but the flat blade means you can use it for a load of things, such as whittling. It's got a good point for opening parcels, and anything you need to do, this will do it. What I particularly like about this are the double bolsters. So it has a really nice shape, it fits well in the hand, but the double nickel silver bolsters, I think, just gives it a slightly more elevated sort of gentleman's carry look about it. And paired with the black linen micarta scales, then it really has a nice classic look about it. So this is one of the heavier ones. It weighs in at 73 grams or 2.6 ounces. It's UK legal. The blade is under 3 inches. And as I say, it fits nicely in the hand. It's a nice 4-finger carry. So that is the Senator pattern, and I'm showing these in order that I got them actually. So I have got some other Arthur Wright knives, but I'll show those another time. Oh, I forgot the nice brass liners, and you can see this is fairly well centered. I mean, these are all handmade knives, so they do vary, and as I think I've said before, part of the perfection, part of the brilliance of these is in the slight imperfections, so they will all be slightly different. They're hand hafted, and that's why you get this nice continuation here, and it hasn't been anywhere near a CNC machine. So if you like something that's traditionally made, this is a cam tang, so there's no half stop. And people say I shouldn't drop the knife down like that, but if you look at it, you can see that the blade is nowhere near the edge there, because you've got the foot there that hits first, so that protects the blade. Nice walk and talk, reasonably easy to open. I'd say it was a pull of about a 6 or a 7, maybe an 8, but nice lock up, so it feels really secure when you're using it. It's not easy to close by itself. That's the Senator. The next one that I bought was the Barber. Now, I bought this through the Slipjoint Sanitarium group, and this was one of the early sort of trial models. I think this has been available either on the Twisted Assisted site or on Heine Haynes. So this is called the Barber because it's in the James Barber shape. So a lot of the James Barber knives were like this. James Barber, I think his tang stamp had ERA on it. So this is interesting because it's got a few more pins than normal on it. Well, at least you can see them. So normally you wouldn't see those two end pins. They'd be included in the bolster. So you wouldn't normally see the pivot pin. In this case, you can see it. And the material that's used is really interesting. It's Tufnol. So this is a high strength, lightweight industrial laminate with fibrous reinforcements, often cotton, and using thermosetting resins. So it's like an early form of micarta. But I really like this because it has a really interesting pattern on it. It's different on both sides, but it is very light. You can see it shows up well here against the brass liners. There's a tiny bit of gapping there, but as I say, it's right down the middle. It has a nice opening pull to get it going. It's a good 6 or 7. Really nice lock up. You can see the Arthur Wright tang stamp there. C70 blade, same as the other ones. Slightly different shape, lamb's foot here, and nicely ground blade, sharpening choil. Nice walk and talk, cam tang again, but this is great. A little bit lighter, so because the Tufnol is really light, this comes in at 53 grams or 1.9 ounces. And you can see a bit of patina here. I've been using this to cut up fruit, so it's getting an interesting patina on it. And I like that. It helps protect the steel as well. So that's the Barber in Tufnol. The next one was one that I got through the internet. I heard about this, I think it was through the Slipjoint Sanitarium. And this is interesting that this is from Ecotribo. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. And what's interesting about this is that the handle is made from recycled ghost nets and ropes. And this particular batch came from a remote island off the Isles of Scilly. So Ecotribo have a wide range of products that are made from recycling fishing nets, and I think with this there was a bit of a delay, and so they put an extra thing in, which is this recycled carabiner. So this is also made from fishing nets, I believed. So it's a great way of taking ocean waste and highlighting the issue there. So just to go through the details of this, C70 carbon steel blade as with the other ones. Brass liners, which I think set off this recycled net material really well. It has an interesting feel about it as well. I'm not quite sure. It reminds me of something, and I'm not quite sure what it is, but it's like a really dense plastic, but it's slightly smooth as well. And I love the coloration, but it really works well with the brass. Nickel silver bolster as well. And you have the combination of let's see if we can get this in focus. You have the Arthur Wright tang stamp, and then this etching of the Ecotribo. And nice shape, again, 4-finger, fits in the hand well, and a really nice knife. So I think these are still available. I'll put a link to the Ecotribo site. I'm not sponsored by any of these. I bought all of these with my own money, just to say. And this is the second heaviest of the 4. It weighs in at 69 grams or 2.4 ounces. And then I've left my favorite to last, and this is my recent purchase. Now, I bought this from my good friend Judd, and you may know Judd from the Paddy and Pals podcast. That's Paddy's Potato Peelers channel, and this is just amazing. This is a true work of art. So this is a custom by Ashley Harrison. So you'll see it's got his tang stamp, and by custom you've got these really nice scales and some fantastic file work. Let's see if we can get that in focus. There we go. Some fantastic file work that goes along the handle and almost seamlessly goes onto the blade as well. Still C70, so lovely brass liners, and the scales are Thoya Burl. Now, Thoya Burl is a Moroccan hardwood, and this is from the root. That's why you get these amazing discolorations in there. So I think it's absolutely beautiful. Nickel silver bolsters, brass liners, but it's just beautiful. And I have to say, this is the most expensive knife I bought so far, but it was a good price from Judd, and I'm really pleased to have it in my collection. So this is my first Ashley custom, and it's just beautiful. So it's got a nice pull of about 6. It locks up beautifully, nice and easy to close as well, but not such that it will close on your fingers. So for people who worry about slip joints, if you use them correctly, and if you get a decent slip joint knife with a decent sort of lockout in that position, you won't have any problems with it at all. So if you saw my short on this recently, I thought it would be great to spend just a little bit more time showing it off. As I say, I'm really pleased to have this. I've often said I'm not a knife guy, but I think seeing knives like this, I realise that, well, maybe I am. So I hope you've enjoyed looking at these 4 knives, and all different, but all from Arthur Wright, all a work of art in their own right, especially the custom. Let me know in the comments, do you have any Sheffield knives at all? Which one of these is your favourite? Have you got any of these? I'd be really interested to know. I love the comment section. I have some really good conversations in that. I try to answer all of the comments that I can. So I hope you found this interesting. Thanks for watching, and why not check out this video on an Arthur Wright Barlow, and it's got more about the history of Arthur Wright as well, or this playlist on traditional knives. Thanks again, and I'll catch you in the next video.